Did have an interesting email question come in for you this week. Timely. It has to do with COVID. Jeanette writes, with COVID rates dropping, do you think we'll be able to have a normal summer with concerts and travel? And what are the legal risks for venues and businesses that are coming back to open right away? It's an interesting thought, Jim, because we would all love to get back to normal, but from that legal point of view, from a business, are you accepting some extra liability right now?
Well, in theory, yes.
Right.
As a practical matter, I don't think much.
Okay.
First of all, the threshold of the question, I don't believe we're going to be back to normal this summer as much as everybody would like to be.
Okay.
I think it'll be much more like normal, but the way it was, prior to March of 2020, I think doubtful.
Okay.
Based on the way things are going. But as a practical matter, look, in terms of if you own a business or a restaurant and you open up and say someone contracts COVID in your facility, you're not likely to have, I don't believe, much responsibility in that if you're following basic CDC guidelines, okay?
Right.
That's the threshold thing. Now, if you're doing something reckless, if you have people who are obviously sick coming in, serving other people,
Right.
that kind of thing, then you're going to have a problem, and you probably should have a problem, okay? But common sense rules the day. The other thing that's going on in a lot of including in our state, there's a lot of movement to have immunity for businesses from claims for COVID infection or COVID claims to help get the economy back up and going. But I really don't think that's necessary.
Right.
The practical matter of, common sense. And look, if somebody comes in and talks to me about one of these kinds of cases, it's very difficult to prove where you contracted COVID.
We talked about that all last year. Very tough.
That will be a threshold to holding anybody responsible, and that is if you had to be able to prove beyond, more probable than not, that you contracted it at a business, and it was because the business didn't act responsibly. And so,
versus you acting responsibly.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that would be tough. But there were some cases over the course of the last year. They were more criminal. I saw some of the criminal cases on that. It's just such a weird year. Jim, think about it. A year ago, you were Zooming everything. I was here. You were Zooming from home. We had, we've only had one guest in the last.
No, it's been. I don't have to tell everybody in the audience. So it's been a strange year and a half for sure.
It doesn't feel like May 1st.
No, it doesn't.
I know it. That's one of those. When's May Day? Is May Day May 1st? I don't know. Somebody
Who knows? Somebody
call
that one. Yeah.
Hey, great question, Jeanette. Really do appreciate it. As soon as we saw it come across the Google machine this week, we're like, hey, that'll be perfect.